Hello and welcome back to the Internal Library Meditation Series. If you'd like to skip this introduction, the meditation will start at the 1-minute mark. Locate yourself somewhere where you're unlikely to be disturbed, and when you hear the bell, the practice has begun. You'll hear today's consideration, followed by long periods of silence, during which time I'll occasionally check in to remind you of the practice. I'll let you know when we've reached the final minute, and when you hear the bell for the second time, the practice has ended. As always, these meditations are free for everyone. I don't ever want a lack of money to stand in anyone's way of their cultivation of focus, presence, and peace. But if you do feel called to make a contribution in some way, you can find PayPal and VenMo links in the description of this video. All donations are greatly appreciated. And now, on with the practice. Find yourself here. Try to arrive all at once, so to speak. Let yourself drop in. Take note of how you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Breathe a wave of relaxation down your body, from your head to your toe. And for today's practice, I've got a personal favorite of mine. We'll see what you think of it. Meditation is often billed as a practice that promotes relaxation and ease. This is undoubtedly true, at least in part. Meditation is frequently paired with the intention to let go, to open up, to feel deeply, and to allow your natural body and mind to show themselves to you, unimpeded. I fully sign off on all of that. It's marvelous. But there is another way one can use meditation that's more like exercise or endurance than rest or relaxation. One could classify this meditation as more stoic in nature, promoting a sort of mental fortitude and tenacity, rather than softness or flexibility. If this interests you, as I hope it does, as we all have times where grit and strength are needed, then I have the exercise for you. Introducing Motionless meditation. In classic Stoic style, motionless meditation is exactly as simple as it sounds. We'll be sitting here, perfectly still, for a predetermined amount of time, consciously resisting any and all urges to move, wriggle, shift, scratch, stretch, or even open our eyes. If this is starting to sound a little intimidating, I have good news for you. Today's practice will be graduated. We're going to start incredibly small, with just 30 seconds, and scale up from there. Surely you can sit perfectly still for 30 seconds, right? Now, a quick disclaimer before we begin. I don't want you to do anything that might hurt you. If during a motionless session, you feel any sense that you might be injuring yourself, then please do move. It's far better that you avoid injury rather than achieve some arbitrary goal of grit and wind up damaging yourself. But you should be aware, sitting perfectly still with eyes closed can be somewhat intolerable for the mind, even if there is no real danger to it. The mind might invent reasons to move. It might imagine pain that's born of nothing. It might hallucinate sounds or feelings of crawling on your body, all sorts of things, just to end the void that is motionlessness. This is part of the fun, to see how the mind responds when you leave it entirely to its own devices with no stimulation or recourse for distraction. And Developing the skill has tangible benefits to your life. In addition to the regular benefits of meditation, motionless meditation can strengthen your resolve, your endurance, your willpower, and even improve brain regions related to what's called executive function, which is our mental ability to stay on task, to focus, and to delay gratification. Does that sound useful to you? If so, then let's begin. Start in a comfortable position with eyes closed, hands somewhere stable, and take a deep breath or two in and out. Get any last minute wiggles out. And remember, this first round is only 30 seconds. When you hear the bell, the time has begun. When you hear it again, the time has ended. And we'll debrief. Ready? Halfway through, only 15 seconds left. And that round is over. How was that? Was that easier than you thought it would be? Was it harder than you thought it would be? Remember, this practice is all about your will. And it's also all about your honesty with yourself. Nobody will know other than you whether you opened your eyes, whether you scratched your leg, whether you licked your lips. It's all an exercise for you. Okay, ready for the next round? We'll go a little longer now. 1 minute. When you hear the bell, we'll start. Halfway through, only 30 seconds left. Great. How was that one? Are you starting to get the hang of it? Have you noticed any strong temptations to move that you weren't expecting? As mentioned above, this is good. This is exactly the point of motionless meditation. What does your mind do when it has nothing but space to work with? Let's go again, even longer this time. This one will be 2.5 minutes long, 150 seconds of motionlessness. Take a deep breath in, breathe out long, and close your eyes. When you hear the bell, the timer begins. Over halfway through, only 60 seconds left. So hopefully you're starting to rub up against some struggle here. Sitting perfectly still for minutes on end while awake is not very natural to the human body. We really only do it when we're sleeping. But if we practice it on purpose, there are all sorts of useful benefits that can manifest in our mental lives. And these, naturally, translate into benefits out in the world. So, we'll do one more, our longest yet, to send you off. If you've been struggling so far, don't worry so much about this one. You can always go back and try smaller amounts of time. This is a skill, after all, and skills take training. Over time, your brain will literally change and rewire to accommodate this capacity. And everything related to sheer willpower will come along with it, to some degree. Okay, here's our last round for this recording, 5 minutes long. I'll check in twice so you know where you're at. When you hear the bell, start. 2 minutes down, 3 minutes to go. Hang in there. Four minutes down, 1 minute left. You can do this. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus says, no person is free who is not a master of themselves. Come through. Stay motionless. Well done. If you made it, I'm impressed. This is not easy. If you didn't, don't worry. This is not easy. It takes practice, like running long distances, like holding your breath for minutes on end, like lifting heavy weights. Exposure to difficulty stimulates adaptation in the body and in the brain. I'd recommend that you come back to this practice at least periodically, especially if you practice meditation regularly. You will likely see natural improvement simply from practicing general meditation. Of course, if you really want to improve, practice motionless meditation deliberately every day for a couple weeks and watch the changes happen before your eyes. And if you ever find yourself craving some truly challenging sessions, there's a style of meditation practiced at Vipassana retreats. We'll go 10 full days without talking. And, in addition to that, you'll spend some time practicing motionless meditation for an hour at a time. This is called adhitthana, which means the sitting of strong determination. Something to aspire to. That's it for today. Give yourself a moment of congratulations for trying something new and challenging, and thank you for your stoic courage. Thank you once again for taking time to cultivate your focus, your presence, and your peace, both for yourself and for the rest of us. Take care and I'll see you next time.